All right, look live, Jarvis. It's playtime.
Yes, folks, it is Friday night. It is 8 o'clock, which means one thing. It means it's time for Wrestling Gold Friday night. Yes, here we are, Wrestling Gold Friday night. This evening, we're going to start off with discussing some of the happenings that happened on March 20th in wrestling history. Also, for our watch along, we're going to feature some Continental Championship Wrestling that took place, well, the airing of the show took place August 2nd of 1986. So let's go ahead and click the intro and get the show started. Also, a lot of shooting the breeze. That's what we like to do here. Just have a little fun. Let's go.
What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Yes, folks, I am Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to another episode of Wrestling Gold Friday Night live stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Yes, I am alive and in living color, baby. So join me in the chat live. Discuss any memories you have, or just jump in on any topic we might fall into this evening. Or just simply say hello. That's always cool as well. Let's see. And of course, we know how we start Friday night, because it is Friday. Man, even on backwards, it looks crooked. Gee, I must have a crooked head. Anyway, that's enough about me. So we know how we like to kick things off with a little toast. They don't pay for the advertising, so we got to do it quick. Plus, I don't know how YouTube's. So far, I haven't gotten in trouble for doing stuff like this yet. So, but it being whiskey. But we do start off with a little toast. Toast to all those men and women who did the grind all week and who are doing the grind this week, working their asses off. Here's to you. Cheers. Oh, yeah, that hits the spot. But yeah, so cheers to all you people out there who are doing the grind this week, working hard, making that money, making that bread, paying those taxes, hopefully. It sucks. Taxes suck. Yes, it's getting close to tax season, and I did mine earlier I did mine back in February, got it done, and shoot, we'll save that subject for later. Just kind of disappointed in some of it, but anyway, so yep, that's down, and after that we got how
Business may pick up here.
a little energy drink. It's been a long week. Down in Bainbridge, Georgia. I actually working in Colquitt, but staying in Bainbridge. So my adventure this week goes like this. Not adventure, but my difficulty this week happened like this. So Monday, check in, get in the room, unpack my stuff, and my YouTube stuff. Get ready to basically get set up so I can record a video for Raw, then for Thursday's live stream. Get all that laid out. Got my toiletry bag. I'm ready to jump in the shower. Uh, then cut the water on, or cut the water on in the shower. Nothing happened. I'm like, oh gosh, this ain't cool. So I'm like, man, I want the, first things I guess most people might do, cut the faucet on the sink to see if it's just the shower water not coming through, or just, I'm not a plumber. I don't know how that shit works. So I cut the faucet on the sink, and then the shower water came on. So I'm like, all right. So I kind of waited a little bit, not long, this a little bit. Then got myself ready, jump in the shower. Unfortunately, yes, it goes through the faucet, but it was only one temperature. And let me tell you, I was hitting a high note all night long and half the next day. I was talking like this the whole time on Monday night, and talking like this at least half of Tuesday afternoon. So by Tuesday lunchtime, I finally got my voice back. So that wasn't fun. But again, kudos to the crew at Hampton Inn. I got switched to another room. No big deal. But yeah, it's just gosh, it's not been a pleasant. It's not okay. Like I said, when I'm complaining about this, it's really nothing to do about the in-house staff that's working there. They've been really cool. It's just between no microwave and cold water one day, this ain't been fun. And it was just a kind of weird thing that, what the hell? Just a weird thing about how it went from just the water in the shower didn't come on until I cut the faucet on. That was kind of weird. Somebody who knew what they were doing must have messed with it somehow and was able to get away with it. But anyway, let's see here. Can't really continue on just yet. As many of you know, we had a passing of a legend to some of us in Hollywood. Unfortunately, whoops, what happened here? I messed up, of course. Don't worry, I'll fix it in a minute. Oh, son of a gun. So yes, again, Chuck Norris passed away today. He went to basically had a medical emergency yesterday. Don't know the full story yet, but went to the hospital yesterday, and today they announced he passed away. Liked a ton of his movies. The Octagon was good. Good Guys Wear Black. The scene with him and Bruce Lee and what was it, Enter the Dragon or Game of Death? I forgot which one it was. My bad. But Invasion USA, who can forget? I'll hit you with so many rights you'll beg for a left. That was a good line there. Of course, Invasion USA was filmed in Georgia. The Missing in Action movies were great. And of course, my dad was like a huge fan. So put it to you this way. Once I moved out of the house, but I'll come back and visit, one of three things was on TV. It was either Matlock, In the Heat of the Night, or Walker, Texas Ranger. Like I said, my dad was a huge Chuck Norris fan. I believe. Take two. I remember. We rented Braddock Missing in Action 3, and we watched it once, and I was like, okay, I think the next day we watched it again, and we noticed that Chuck Norris broke a lot of people's necks in that movie, and we kind of like, I wonder how many times he actually broke people's necks. So, of course, this is the age of VHS. Put tape back in, rewind it, played it again, and counted how many times Chuck Norris broke somebody's neck. But the Mission in Action movies I thought were good. Canon movies, despite what some people might think about them, they were entertaining for their time. Also, he actually made an appearance for the WWF. He participated in Survivor Series 1994 as the backup for The Undertaker in his match against Yokozuna in a casket match. Good stuff there, but yeah, gosh, trying to think of other movies he was in that I liked. I always particularly liked the Octagon because it had ninjas and stuff like that. I thought that was cool. Just a kind of getting a brain fart name of all of his movies, but like I said, good stuff. I thought, especially as a kid growing up. Like I said, my dad was a huge fan of his, so very sad to hear about the passing of Chuck Norris. May he rest in peace. Alrighty. Going right into this evening. Am I on? Make sure. Let me check again. Just make sure I'm on. Sometimes yeah, okay. I'm alive and living color, baby. That's what it says. That's what it says, man. But anyway, all right, let's see. Yes, he was in the Expendables 2. Did he have a cameo in the first one too? Third one, I don't think he was in, but I know he had a little cameo in the second one because I cut off in mid sentence last night. Sorry, I forgot which one. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, because at that time you had the not usually people have nightmares. Nightmares have nightmares about Chuck Norris. They don't have bad dreams. They have bad dreams of Chuck Norris or something like that. But you had all the little fables and stuff like that. Underneath that Chuck Norris beard is another fist. Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice. And one of them was and they used one of these little sayings. That's how he kind of got like a second jolt of popularity during that time. They would call it, this Google Chuck Norris facts, but one of them they used in Expendables 2 was, Sylvester Stallone's character, I think, said, "Hey, I thought heard you were dead." And it's like, no, but I did get bit by a cobra. 5 days later, that cobra died. Stuff like that. I guess I could. Da, 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 da. If you can still look it up. Yes. So some of these was basically the facts were kind of like talking about. Uh, Basically he was a badass. So one of them was Chuck Norris doesn't wear a watch. He decides what time it is. Um, Chuck Norris doesn't read books. He stares them down until he gets the information he wants. Chuck Norris doesn't tip the waiter. The waiter tips him. Chuck Norris tears cure cancer. Too bad he never cries. Um, let's see. See, time waits for no man unless that man is Chuck Norris. When Chuck Norris left home, he told his father, "You're the man of the house now." Uh, when the boogeyman goes to sleep, he checks under his bed for Chuck Norris. When Chuck Norris goes swimming, sharks get out of the ocean. Clouds don't rain. They sweat when they see Chuck Norris. When Chuck Norris cooks, he makes the onions. When he cuts onions, he makes the onions cry. Yeah, it was just stuff like that. Ghosts tell Chuck Norris stories at the campfire. And I already said Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice. Once a cobra bit Chuck Norris on the leg. After 5 days, after excruciating pain, the cobra died. Chuck Norris can divide by 0. So yeah. Again, check those out. Those were always fun. And they use that in the Expendables too. So good stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into today in wrestling history. On this day in 1970, attendance record for Chattanooga, Tennessee Memorial Auditorium is set at 6,430 to see the interns, managed by Dr. Ken Ramey, battle the spoilers, managed by Saul Wangeroff, to a no contest. Also on the show, Tojo Yamamoto and Johnny Long defeated Mac Young and Mighty Yankee. Bob Armstrong and Bill Costello defeated Carlos Montez and Tony Russa. Some 2,000 fans were turned away. Also on this day in 1970, Nick Botwinkle defeated El Mongol for the Georgia Television Championship. On that same show, Ray Gunkel and Buddy Fuller. Buddy Fuller, of course, is the father of Ron and Robert Fuller. They defeated the Assassins, Jody Hamilton and Tony Ernesto, to win the Georgia Tag Team Championship. Also on this date, 1970, Rocky Johnson defeats NWA America's Heavyweight Champion Freddie Blassie by disqualification. Other matches on that show at the Los Angeles Olympic Auditorium with the attendance of 11,274. The Great Kochinka defeated Pepe Lopez. Tony Inoki defeated the Miami Mauler. Tony Rocco defeated Don Carson by disqualification. Billy the Kid and Frenchy Lamont defeated Cowboy Bradley and Jamaica Kid. On this date in 1971, Klondike Bill defeated Crazy Luke Graham to win the Georgia title. This took place at the WOXI studios in Atlanta, Georgia, which was Channel 11 at the time. This was before they went to TBS. On this day in 1972, Danny Hodge regains the NWA World Junior title in Shreveport, Louisiana, defeating Dr. X. Speaking of Danny Hodge, I do recommend checking out the new Undertaker podcast, 6 Feet Under, featuring JBL. Very good episode. JBL has a few good stories, and one of them involves Danny Hodge. Yeah, no worse. Be careful what knocking the state of Oklahoma. Never knew who might lurk up. Anyway, on this date in 1974, Ron Fuller, the original Tennessee stud, wins the Florida title from Buddy Colt in Miami, Florida. On this date in 1994, probably one of the best WrestleManias occurred this date, and that was WrestleMania 10 in New York City at Madison Square Garden. Attendance 18,065, drawing a gate of $960,000. Do remember this one fondly. I mean, this was kind of pretty much a big deal at the time. This was the first WrestleMania with no Hulk Hogan. They were starting to lean more into that new generation era in the WWF. This is kind of before probably a couple years later, the Attitude Era started, but they were talking about the new generation. Like I said, no Hulk Hogan at this time. Dark match had the Heavenly Bodies, Jimmy Del Rey and Tom Pritchard defeat the Bushwhackers. Open match, great match here. Owen Hart defeated Bret Hart. Awesome match. I mean, remember getting a VHS tape from Blockbuster or whatever, watched it, seen this match, and I was like, damn, this. You hate to see brothers fight each other, but this is one of those few occasions where you had brothers wrestle each other, and it was actually good. And this was a real good match. Go back watch any of their matches. They were pretty good. Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna Vachon defeated Doink and Dink. This wasn't Matt Bourne being Doink. This was Ray Apollo. I believe Matt Bourne was probably let go right before this. The Macho Man Randy Savage defeated Crush in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Pretty cool end of this. They fought to the back to the, I guess not the lobby, but the, I guess not really, yeah, kind of a backstage area. He tied him up with some kind of rope, pulled him up, walked back to the ring as referee counted 10. So, decent stuff. I just remember that finish. They go, oh, that finish makes sense. WWF Women's Champion Alundra Blaze defeated Lalani Kai. Men on a Mission, Mo and Mabel defeated the WWF World Tag Team Champions, the Quebecers, Jacques Rougeau and Carl Goulet via countout. So champions kept their titles. So in the Royal Rumble that year, of course, this is an era where I think it's a couple of Royal Rumbles before this one, but they, this one, the Royal Rumble determined who got a title shot. This year's Royal Rumble, or that year's Royal Rumble, they had co-winners. It was Bret Hart and Lex Luger. Then they decided, they both get a shot, but they didn't do a three-way dance. They just had Yoko wrestle twice. The first person, Yokozuna, WWF World Heavyweight Champion, defeated Lex Luger by disqualification. Kurt Hennig was the special referee on this one. I guess I forgot, what did he do? I think he actually bumped Kurt a little bit, and Kurt Kurt called for the bell, and fans did not like that. Earthquake defeated Adam Bomb, and I guess you say this match stole the show. It was voted PWI Match of the Year that year. It was WWF Intercontinental Champion Razor Ramon defeated Shawn Michaels in a ladder match. Do you believe, yes, this was the first ladder match I did see. That was pretty cool. When I heard the concept of ladder match, I'm like, that ain't going to be too fun. But this match proved me wrong. Very good match here. It was pretty much Shawn's coming out and saying, hey, I can put together a good match. And in the main event, Bret the Hitman Hart defeated Yokozuna to win the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. Roddy Piper was the special referee. Bret Hart got the Heroes celebration in the ring. Is that a click sign he's got there? I thought he wasn't a member of the click. Or is that just whatever horns? But anyway, you see Burt Reynolds there. And this was actually supposed to have been, I think when he first was planning WrestleMania 10, this was supposed to have been Lex Luger's coronation, I guess, if you will. Having him, officially having having Lex Luger as the face of the company. But a lot of the fans were getting behind Bret Hart. Even in the Royal Rumble, Bret Hart, a lot of people started getting behind Bret Hart. For some reason, that's why they had to finish. There's a couple of different stories I've heard. One of them was, Lex Luger was supposed to just win the Royal Rumble. Then they had a double. Kudos to them to having the timing to do that, to make sure they landed both at the same time. But another story I heard is like, okay, that was going to be the finish, and it was going to be like have one, have Lex and Bret have a match at WrestleMania. Then the winner of that go on to face Yokozuna, and that person would have been, Lex Luger defeating Bret Hart, then going on to face Yokozuna. Don't think they had the Owen Hart match really planned. But yeah, it's one of those deals where WWF, Vince McMahon, and all the creative people kind of listen to the fans. They're getting behind Bret Hart, and I guess it turned out pretty well for Bret Hart anyway. Well, Lex Luger would have had a good matches with some of the people like Bret Hart, like Shawn Michaels, and all of them. Who knows? And believe it or not, Lex Luger would never hold a championship in the WWF. I forgot how long he was there, but he was never Intercontinental Champion, Tag Team Champion, or definitely not World Champion. So it did not work out, I guess, the way things were promised. I guess I need to listen to Lex Luger's shoot interview or something like that, see if he tells that full story, but never watched the shoot interview. Might need to check it out. Just heard what other people said about it, and but yeah, like I said, for me, I totally dug this WrestleMania. Probably one of my favorites. I thought 2 was good, or excuse me, 3 was good. I liked this one. I kind of told people, hey, this is the best one since WrestleMania 3. Gosh, didn't they have a bunch of kind of WrestleManias that was pretty good back to back? The Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels WrestleMania main event match was good, or that whole WrestleMania was pretty good. The one after that was pretty good. I think right there in the 90s, they started piecing together a lot of good WrestleManias back to back. But yeah, it is WrestleMania season definitely. So, any favorite WrestleManias to anybody? Anybody got any great memories here of WrestleMania 10? Yeah, I think I even remember when I got the box set. The first one I did watch was WrestleMania 10, and then I wound up going back and watch every one of them back to back to back to back in the VHS era. But I mean, yeah, despite men on a mission in the match, I mean, may they rest in peace, but they were not my favorites. Quebecers, I thought they were okay. I mean, the year prior, gosh, look how quickly a year changes. WrestleMania 9, Lex Luger was a narcissist heel. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those were definitely two of the best matches on the card. Yokozuna won the title at WrestleMania 9, lost it immediately to Hulk Hogan. Gosh, did not like that one bit. Then Yoko won it back at King of the Ring and kept it until WrestleMania 10. Let's see, a year prior to this, Crush was kind of supposed to be a babyface, big Hawaiian guy. Was defeated by Matt Bourne's Doink when Doink was a heel. So within a year, Matt Bourne was gone. Like I said, Lex Luger went from being a narcissist heel to Mr. USA, made in the USA, Lex Luger. Yeah, it's funny kind of just like looking at everything. It is kind of funny how things change within the year. All right. And that concludes tonight's Today in Wrestling History. I'll spit it out in a minute. Must got a little buzz from that. From that shot of Jack. So who's ready for the watch along already? Let's see. Going to post a link up right now so everybody can watch it. Like I said, I apologize. Usually I have at least the evening in advance, what I'm going to show and everything ready and advertised, but kind of a busy week this week trying to get this project done. So that's the reason I'm kind of falling back. But Joe's always ready. But I'm going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Be right back in the jiffy for tonight's watch along. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. If you made it this far in the video, you're having fun. You folks know what to do. Everybody says this, so let's go through the whole routine. If you enjoy it, click on that like button. Also, leave me a comment. Give me your opinions on anything I talk about tonight. Ask questions, or just drop a friendly hello. That's always cool as well. Also, if you enjoy listening to a fan, just like you folks at home, talk about the sport of professional wrestling, be a champ, click on that subscribe button. Now, back to our program. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? Going to do a little countdown here. Like I said, this is Continental Championship Wrestling from 1986, August 2nd, to be exact. A lot of cool stuff here. So we'll check it out. Go ahead, count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. And yes, that's the legend himself, Gordon Soley. This is a territory owned by the Ron Fuller. This was Southeastern Championship Wrestling, and then when they was trying to, I guess, expand a little bit, they got a studio and changed their name to Continental Championship Wrestling. That way, it doesn't sound so regional. And that's Freddie Miller, the ring announcer. Me and you Georgia Championship Wrestling fans remember Freddie Miller. Here we got a big car at the Omni. Be there. And of course we got Dirty Dutch. Okay, say it with me, folks. 1, 2, 3. Dutch Mantel. Bad motherfucker. But yeah, he's gonna wrestle the Bullet here in a loser leaves town match. So yeah, the Bullet better watch out. You know, he's facing a bad motherfucker known as Dutch Mantel. Yeah, the Bullet was a bad mofo too. Who was that masked man? Who was the Bullet? I know he was a very close friend of the Armstrong family. One of Bob Armstrong's best friends in the world. I mean, if you ever notice, you know, the Bullet never turned against the Armstrongs. But I do recommend the YouTube channel James Romero. He does a weekly or a couple times a week stream, or not stream, but records a video with. He does one with Stevie Richards, which is pretty good, and he also does one with Dutch Mantel, pretty good. I think he's got some interviews too he used to do, but I don't think he does interviews anymore. And yes, I had to look up his name because I can't remember his name. See, I like James Romero because uh, he doesn't just sit there and act like a know-it-all. He's like, I like James Conrad, or not James Conrad, but Conrad Thompson too. But sometimes he's just a little, I don't know. Oh, there's O'Connor. Roll 1, 2. Oh, yeah, purely speculation of who. Many people thought, you know, the Bullet was Bob Armstrong, but you know, like I said, purely, you know, speculation. Oh, I'll go ahead and point out, how great is this? I mean, only thing Dutch has to do to get the crowd going is just, kind of just reaching his gear and a singlet, act like he's about to pull out something. I'll reiterate, done told the story before. I've seen a match a long time ago between Ranger Ross and Nightmare Ted Allen, and Ted Allen was a heel. I think a big portion of the match, he would like rake the eyes or something like that, then pull his tights and reach his hand there like that. Never pull out anything until it took a while for him pulled out anything, but he kept reaching in. Those fans just ate it up. I mean, they was on his ass already, getting the referee's attention. But that's all he had to do to get heat. But Dutch Mantel, bad motherfucker. Knowing that the Bullet is also a bad mofo, it's like, oh, I might have to have a little extra on this one. Well, actually, the Bullet's just okay. Dutch Mantel is a bad motherfucker, but the Bullet was bad to the bone. Yeah, today is no heat, just flips and cringy cheap heat talk. See, he's telling the crowd, see that one punch, he's down. Told y'all I was a bad motherfucker. You know I'm a bad motherfucker. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That I explained all that last night, and it's like you gotta do it on Twitter. You can't do it in the crowd, or you gotta say something about somebody's dead relative or some shit like that. It's I don't know. Whoa, don't push me. Don't damage my shirt. I gotta go. I gotta return it to the Foot Locker. I got night shift at the Foot Locker. Does Foot Locker stores still exist? I think I asked that last week, or at least asked it before. Oh, I think he's using the singlet there for extra leverage. Now he's using the mask. Oh, yeah, I do miss the malls too. I mean, I think you still got you still got Mall of Georgia. Oh, the bad motherfucker kind of telegraphed that a little bit. Uh-oh. Got a ref bump there. Ref needs to learn to stay out of the way. Oh, here comes Jerry Stubbs. We seen him last week in a mask when he was Mr. Olympia. And see, that's why the bullet's just bad to the bone. Oh, there's the powder. Oh, Dutch got a little cocky there. The bullet outsmarted him, rolled him up in a sunset flip, hooked the legs, hooked the arms. Now Dutch Mantel go bye bye. And I mean, like I said, the only thing Dutch had to really do for Heat was, um, you know, put his hand in his gear like he was about to pull out something. The fans were just naturally into it, except for those people. Just naturally into it. No, none of these chants. Just and you got a baby face there who's people really did like. Oh, Kevin Sullivan. Yeah, I mean Kenny. Last few matches I've seen Kenny in, they were good, of course, but he's slowed down a whole lot because that stomach element. But of course, you got the knees probably done damaged. I mean, you had Will Ospreay come back recently, and when when's he going to be hurt again? And he's going to have to just take another 9 months off. So we're listening to this Kevin Sullivan promo, and you gotta understand too, he is saying all this. He probably prepared for it a little bit, but with no writers to sit there and go, here's your lines for this promo here, for you coming to town. This is all Kevin Sullivan. He probably pre-planned it in his own mind, but he didn't have no writers. This is all him. Um, Moxley, Kevin Sullivan. Moxley can't do a promo like Kevin Sullivan though. I mean, if you was going to compare Moxley to anybody during that time, um, Moxley is. I could compare him to somebody. Moxley's kind of like a Mick Foley when Mick Foley was Cactus Jack before he went to the WWF. Because Moxley can cut pretty decent promos, but again, it's like, how much help is he getting? Um, I think he's a better in the ring than Mick Foley, but as far as the violence and all that, I mean, it's kind of like I was. Now that we're on commercial on this thing, we kind of talk about today's stuff. I think Obafemi, if I'm saying that name right, I think he's got potential. I'm not talking about like just a main event WrestleMania, something like that, future world champion. I'm talking about that next attraction, like a Undertaker, like a Brock Lesnar, like a Brody, like a Andre, just flat out an attraction that people would go see. I think Obafemi's got that kind of potential as far as WWE. Right now, AEW don't have any attractions. They really don't have. They don't have that one babyface that everybody kind of like really gets behind. Yeah, there's Robert Fuller. Hey, Jimmy, hold this. Now jump, Freddie Miller. Here's your human jump rope. But anyway, we'll tackle that subject in the next commercial. Oh, Mike Headley. God dang Larry Wright. This guy bleeped the music. He didn't want to get copyright hit. Got Steve Armstrong teaming with Tommy Rich. That's actually Johnny Rich right there. I think he's playing like a medic, the mass medic. Yes. So yeah, Steve Armstrong, of course, member of the uh, one of the Armstrong brothers. I think he was let's see, the I guess third youngest. Yeah, because you had Scott was the oldest, Brad was the second child, and the third born was Steve, and the youngest was Brian, Road Dog. I wonder if anybody would love to. I mean, because I've heard some podcasts with Scott Armstrong. Of course, Brian Armstrong's has done has his own podcast and everything. I think he still has it. Oh, the intern. He's Johnny Rich is calling himself the intern here. But I'd like to hear like somebody bring Steve Armstrong to a podcast, and but I guess he's kind of just left everything kind of behind. The whole wrestling world behind. He was actually I mean, legit. This ain't bullshit. I ain't got my bullshit meter on. Um, Steve was actually working as a bouncer in a bar before he got into wrestling. I think he just had enough of it and came home one night or whatever time he got off and said, "Hey, I want to be a wrestler." And Steve was good too. Scott was good, and but they all even the dad Bob said Brad was the best, and he was. Of course, Headley, that right there, he is the hot dog eating champion of Japan, and didn't really get into that because he just got pinned by Tommy Rich using that Luthez press. Of course, Tommy Rich, a former NWA World Champion, and probably at one time the hottest babyface in the country. Like the biggest star in Georgia Championship Wrestling. Um, it's actually Bob Armstrong, but I did like an AI thing on the thumbnail, and it kind of made him look a little younger. But yeah, it's kind of I mean, I took a picture, used a picture of Bob Armstrong to do the thumbnail, and the AI kind of that's the AI configuration of Bob Armstrong in the thumbnail. How's it going tonight, Josh? Josh Garner, S7W. You're welcome, buddy. But yeah, that's like I said, that's a Bob Armstrong. This is an AI rendering of Bob Armstrong. I guess like I said, I put in the actual picture, the actual image of Bob Armstrong, and that's just AI. I'm kind of testing out using a little bit of AI to do my thumbnails a little bit to make them a little brighter, and it's kind of working out pretty good. Well, I say that. A few of my videos are getting a little more views lately. And we're back with Continental. Got the Southeastern Continental Tag Team Champions. And yes, I did. I do remember looking it up. Johnny Rich is the actual cousin of Tommy Rich. Freaking Jimmy Golden, freaking Robert Full of freaking tall as shit. They freaking tower off over Tom Pritchard. I think Tom might have been just like 5'11". And Tom Pritchard is the brother of Brother Love. Bruce Pritchard. Oh, Gene Williams. So okay, Pritchard was actually 5'10", but still, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Gold, both like 6'4", 6'5". And like I said, Jerry Stubbs, we seen him last week on the Mid South show. Him doing the Mr. Olympia gimmick, teaming with Junkyard Dog. Now he's out of the mask, and yeah, Ron was like what, Ron was almost 7 foot, wasn't he? Like 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", maybe. 6'9". The original Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller. Got that name? I think he got that name off a country western song. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Jerry Stubbs, the first person I did see use the Scorpion Deathlock. I mean, it was already being used by Riki Choshu in Japan, but who? Ron Fuller? Yeah, Ron Fuller was 6'9". Yeah, I just looked it up myself. And that's one of those. I mean, and that's another thing. Ron Fuller was good, decent in the ring. Robert Fuller was good in the ring. Jimmy Golan I thought was good. Gosh, I hated it when Robert Fuller went to WCW, called himself Robert Parker. Then you had Jimmy Golan come in as Bunkhouse Buck. Gosh, I hated that so much. It was so heartbreaking to see that. Oh, was that a brainbuster? Kid says thank you, and that's it. Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta understand, this was back in the 80s. They kind of just, oh, Roy Lee Welch, another, I think, cousin, some kind of, no. Uh, no, this is King Roy Lee Welch. I think he was also pretty good in his day. Uh, Miss Linda. Oh, that's Tim Horner. The hell is he doing? Trying to steal somebody's wallet? The hell's Timmy doing? Going into the bad guy's locker room. I think he's going to get out unscathed. Oh, god dang. Transformers, the movie. Yeah, but like I said, this is back in the 80s. You still had guys that just y the clean bald look wasn't uh wasn't a thing. So everybody back then would keep as much hair as they can. Never did understand that. I mean, I guess it was what, maybe, I guess mid 90s when finally it was like, okay, it's okay to shave it all off. Like I do. And yes, I've been on camera before, had my hat off, blinded everybody. That's some nasty beer too, Bush beer. Oh yeah, that's right. He was calling himself Mr. Perfect at the time. There's Scott Armstrong, super kick Scott Armstrong. Yeah, it pretty much would. See, they don't even have matches like that anymore. That's kind of sad. He's going against Adrian Street. I do. I can. I do recognize that music. It's got to be Adrian Street. Yep. And like I said, it didn't matter if he was a heel or a babyface. He kept that same character. The only thing he really did change between being a babyface and a heel, sometimes he'll use Miss Linda as a stepping stool. But that's about the only thing he really did change as far as when he was a heel and a babyface. I mean, maybe a few less rected eyes and things like that, a few less chokes, but other than that, but still portray that same character and everything. Yes, he was definitely entertaining. And Tim Horner was a pretty good ring technician in his days. Him and Brad Armstrong formed a pretty good tag team, I thought. And notice no dive yet. No dive. I mean, if you don't consider that a dive. And see, it's like little things like that kind of made him take notice. It's like he stepped on the hand so he couldn't block it, so he can kick him beside the head. It's like, all right, you want to keep me outside? I'll drag you outside myself. Oh, is Roy Lee Welch going to the ring? Going to do some outside interference? Referee tripped him. Oh, the foot there. So I think around this time Adrian was going after the Southeastern Championship, and like I said, Tim was a junior champion. So and feuding with Roy Lee Welch. So therefore, to keep from pinning Adrian and not make Tim Horner look bad, they had Roy Lee Welch interfere, trip him up, hold the foot as Adrian pinned him. So that's makes sense. Dang, somebody gonna help that poor guy? Oh, there he is. Yeah. Yeah, I think Wildcat Cooley was the Southeastern champion at the time. They flipped it back and forth. Every time Adrian Strait would win it, to get more heat, he would paint the belt pink. See, go to chat here. Yeah, like I was saying, it would kill the hair versus hair matches. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to think. I know who was the last person to have a hair versus hair match. Do they even still have those in Mexico? I mean, America is like few and way far in between. I mean, not I don't even think even indie shows ever have them. But yeah, Adrian Street, Hiller Bayface had the same character, would do the same antics. I mean, it was funny as hell. expensive shirts, even at those days. Must have been like name brand shirts and suits. Oh, they're going to Knoxville. So yeah, I guess the Knoxville War was like between what 79 and 80, 81 maybe. So this is 5 years after the Knoxville War started. Cena again. Oh, okay. Yeah, because you couldn't see him. Might have been Cena's John Cena Senior. He was doing commercials for the clothing store. Let's see. Executive producer Sherry Joe Welch must be another. Could be an aunt, uncle, or something like that. Yeah, definitely this guy took away the background music, make sure he didn't get copyrighted, or this person, I don't know, man and woman, I don't know. Surprised, I mean, whoop, there it goes back on. Oops. There we go. So yeah, a lot of things going on in Continental at the time. Uh, didn't highlight everything, but um, yeah, like I said, it's always entertaining to see. What I was about to say, entertaining to see Continental Wrestling. One of my many favorite promotions to watch on WATL Channel 36 in Atlanta back in the day. Like I say, you had Memphis and World Class, Continental. I think next week I kind of thought about it when I was like watching my little intro earlier. Uh, Probably next week do some AEW. It's been a while since we've gone to the AEWA, so hit me up with a year. Excuse me. What year of the or what era, year, whatever, AWA? I guess it had to be 80s. It's kind of hard to get early AWA. I guess we can. Oh, we've seen that one. Uh, did we ever see this one? Oh, this is like a repeated one. Yeah, it's hard to, especially in that era. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those like, oh yeah, I love Miss South. Miss South was my favorite. Miss South used the UWF was my favorite. So you sit there and watch it. Then you go back and kind of watch like Continental and go, yes, Continental. Continental was uh Continental was my favorite. Then you get watching like Memphis. It's like, oh, Memphis was so awesome. This is my favorite. So you kind of get in that. So all right, I did find an AWA one here. And it's got Stan Hansen on the cover, so might check that one out. Might be a little bit of a long one, so I had to talk fast and Well, I think we did we watch this one? I'll check it out in a minute. All right, so Hall and Kurt or Martel as champ. Okay, I think I can find something like that in that era. Yeah. All right, so probably some early '85. I think probably be good. I'll find something. I don't think we've ventured too much into or seen too much AWA during the Rick Martel era as champion. But yeah, Hanson there, and I guess he ran over the AW World Championship with his truck before mailing it back. That's that's bold right there. See, then that's kind of thing. Back in that day, wrestlers had options, and sometimes if you're uh, even a more colorful personality, like a Stan Hansen or Bruiser Brody, and people kind of understood. It's like, hey, I'm all about making money and stuff. What else was I gonna say? Damn, mine went blank for a second there. Yeah, I mean, '88 was okay. Well, that was the Kurt Hennig. Then Kurt Hennig lost to Jerry Lawler. That '88 was when it was really going to. Now, don't forget. I mean, AWA did have a lot of good talent. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of a mixture of Vern not catching up with the times and not wanting to let go, not saying, okay, let me just handle the business part of it and let me hire on a updated booker or let his son kind of handle the creative. I'm not sure if Greg Gagne would have done any better. But he had a lot of talent. I mean, he did have Kurt Hennig, Scott Hall, the Midnight Rockers, Shawn Michaels, and Mario Jannetty. I mean, I think the last really hot prospect he had was the Wrecking Crew, who went on to become the new Minnesota Wrecking Crew in WCW, where they had to wear a mask, but then became the Beverly Brothers in WWF. Jake the Milkman Millerman. Oh, the winner of the or what was that? The team tournament they had? Oh my gosh. I think what did I have? I think I don't think it was A or ESPN Classic at the time. It might have been. I know it was like Classic Sports Network. Then I guess they sold to ESPN and turned to ESPN Classics. But they would show old AWA. Yeah, I guess it was ESPN Classics, and they show footage of the team tournament. Um, and by God, that was bad. Uh, yeah, some AWA stuff was pretty good. Not really at that time. I mean, even when they brung like I think Wahoo McDaniel came in and Manny Fernandez came in. Heck, the Rock and Roll Express made a trip through there. I remember Ricky Morton Sheen review was like, "Nah, I can't handle cold weather." Yeah, it was one. Yeah, the original big three was WWF, or NWA, and AWA. Cause I remember the poster. It'll be yeah, it was like around 80. It's in 85. You had picture of Rick Martel with that big AWA World Championship. Then you had Hulk Hogan with the WWF belt, and then Ric Flair with the 10 pounds of gold. Not the big gold, but the 10 pounds of gold. The one they use in the Billy Corgan's NWA right now. Or as Nick Aldis would call it, Sweet Charlotte, the 10 pounds of gold. And that's kind of funny. I mean, it's kind of funny when I thought about. I remember when Nick Aldis was announced as his SmackDown GM. I sat there, I was like, oh, so your two GMs, Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce are two former modern day NWA World Champions, and then your top babyface at the time, give or take, is Cody Rhodes. The Lumberjacks with oh gosh, Berserker and Scott Norton. What was the Berserker's real name? I forgot his real name. God dang it. John Nord. John Nord. Then you had to type it up. Because I remember that before he was a Berserker, he was Nord the Barbarian. So yeah, the Lumberjacks with Scott Norton and John Nord. Then you had the tag team of DJ Peterson and the Trooper, who was Dale Wilkes, the Patriot. Yeah, I had the one that had would feature tag teams. Had the Road Warriors on the cover. Yeah, the Freebirds even went to the AWA at one time. Jimmy Garvin and Steve Regal was former AWA World Tag Team Champions. Defeated the Road Warriors. Fabulous Ones were there. Which was it was weird because I thought Memphis I thought at the time was like a territory of the AWA. So when you had talent go up there, like the Fabulous Ones, I didn't get why they were the Memphis TV was trying to bury them. And see, I'm pretty positive the Ganyas or whoever the ones in AWA. Wasn't Mitch Snow the one who messed himself getting slammed? Somebody slammed him and he messed himself on TV. But yeah, I don't think they really understood what they got when they Memphis was a territory and they were good about developing young talent, at least getting them to learn a little bit. Oh. Jamming Mitch. Okay, well, wait a minute. Was it Mitch Snow or Tommy Jammer who messed himself up? I forgot which one. It's like I remember Mitch Snow, but I was like, okay, he's okay. Then he just disappeared. But it's almost like I don't know if Vince really or Vince McMahon Jr. really grasped, understood what he kind of had there. I mean, he could have still been the kingpin, but didn't really have to take down all the territories. It'll be just like, if you need a new opponent for Hulk Hogan, you'll see who has a nice fresh monster, bring him up. Um, Put him on TV, get him over, have a few matches with Hulk Hogan. Yes, Bar- yeah, Baron von Raschke, he went back up to AWA, I guess around 87, 88, once his Crockett run was over with. And I think he wound up having his last matches up there, then came up to the WWF to be the manager of the Powers of Pain before they did a double switch with Demolition. Raschke left and Mr. Fuji wound up managing the Powers of Pain, and Demolition became baby faces. Did y'all hear Dennis Rodman's going to be in the Hall of Fame now? He's going to be he's going to be the celebrity WWE Hall of Fame inductee this year. Yeah, I was watching like an old, well, I'd say, I guess consider it old. It was before they went to WWF. There was this, Warlord and Barbarian Powers of Pain, and Crockett. Man, you just forgot how freaking jacked both those two guys were. Which I was always kind of a fan of the Barbarian for some reason. Thought kind of cool, guy that size can do a flying headbutt, and his version of the boot to the face looked pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, I do remember like the Memphis territory was kind of like a AWA territory. Continental is still a NWA territory. Um, Because I remember sometimes when it first started, like on the podium, it'll say NWA. And Ric Flair made an appearance there. I think he wrestled the Bullet and Brad Armstrong for actual Continental. Then I guess they pulled away from there too. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with Rodman going to the Hall of Fame. I mean, I'll probably talk more about it next week. Yeah, Continental is still NWA territory. Florida, Kansas City, or Central States. Who else? Well, I think 86 World Class uh pulled out of the NWA. I think it was 86. Cause I guess they want to keep sending Ric Flair down there or something. I don't know. It was again. I don't know that whole story. I guess I guess Crockett pulled Ric Flair from being a traveling world champion and just kind of staying, you know, in Crockett Promotions. And that's kind of what caused everybody kind of pull out. I said pull out. Um, I'm juvenile, I know. But yeah, I think that's kind of the main story. Which again, it's like you should have realized what you had there. You had a, a feeder system that could have kept feeding you like a rotating. You didn't have to constantly have the same people. And I think Vince was also in a run into buy UWF at the time too. I mean, I don't know if he had bought UWF. Puerto Rico is also a territory, or at least a World Wrestling Council. But yeah, might have to talk about that. Might have to pull a UWF and talk about how UWF could have been different. I might save that subject for another time. Put that one on the back burner. But yeah, I think '86 is when Brad Armstrong and Tim Horner they went to Crockett. Carlos Colonna, Hercules Ayala. But I think that also stopped around '86, maybe '87. Well, yeah, I think yeah, I think 87 mainly because that's when Brody was murdered. So therefore, I think a lot of people quit going to Puerto Rico. They eventually started returning, but nobody from Jim Crocker Promotions or who is still employed by Jim Crocker Promotions or WCW at the time. But anyway, it is getting about that time, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans of all ages. Getting that time to shut this one down. Time to get some cook. Oh my gosh, that's so. I told you guys about the microwave. I don't mean to digress here. So yeah, all last week I was having to like, okay, first night there, I got some from Publix, chicken, or yeah, I got chicken wings, which was pretty decent. Um, and I got a little bit of potato salad, enough for 2 nights. Because the next night I had Popeye's fried chicken, which was eh. What did I have? Now one night I did have some kind of like a Japanese place that was pretty good. Oh, nice. That would have been good. Yeah, I know that they were both there in '86 because at the '86 Starrcade, uh, Tim Horner teamed with Nelson Royal against Don and Rocky Kernodle. Brad Armstrong went up against Jimmy Garvin. Kansas Jayhawks went up against Ivan Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev. You can check this out. I do have a video, classic wrestling reminiscing, Starrcade '86. Check it out after this, of course. But anyway, talking about food now. Uh, getting back to my food. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to, you know, yeah, basically of a carry out food every night. I'm definitely looking forward to making myself a nice big bowl of spaghetti. So I am about to do that right now. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. Appreciate everybody who chatted along with me. That's always cool. Don't forget, you can always include your comments if you watch the not live, the recorded replay. I don't know what you call that. Anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, leave your comments there. Oh, nice. All the all the dates and card. I need like videos of that. That's what I need. Well, if I did have those videos, I couldn't share them along on this program because TKO WWE owns all that. So see stuff like that. I wish I had a time machine and go back in time and buy the videotapes they were using to record the TVs and say, look, I'll give you the videotape, but sign this contract. I own all the footage afterwards. Then I could start my own network. And I guess I would have to hire somebody to come along, and it's like, look, see if you can find something remotely close to the music at least. Yes, I will harp on that forever. Like, I understand we can't play Sharp Dressed Man by ZZ Top, but could you make the music as closely resembling Sharp Dressed Man as you possibly can? Thank you. But anyway, yes, like I said, I'm going to call it a night tonight. Like I said, I appreciate everybody tuning in. If those of you watched it, not watching this live, come join us live. Have some fun. But still, I understand people got different schedules, things to do on Friday nights. Yeah, I can, which I do got a couple websites. I mean, sometimes I'll do like a complete card, and I sort of read over it and try to see if there's any kind of significant thing happened, like somebody debuted or somebody got fired or a title change or something like that. Then I'll kind of speak about it. Because if I talk about like every card that happened like today and between 1970 and 1999, I'll still be going through it and trying to find the pictures and everything or some kind of visuals. I'm like the $1 million man. Everybody has a price. Speaking of Ted DiBiase, you hear about his son got the not guilty verdict in his case. Ted DiBiase Jr. Yeah, it's like his brother Brett. He pleaded guilty. Some other guy pleaded guilty, and two other girls, I think, or women, excuse me, pleaded guilty. But he's the only one that pleaded not guilty, and was proven not. Well, I guess somehow was proven not guilty. The jury found him not guilty. So hopefully for him, he kind of realizes how lucky he is, and not due to any things he was accused of. Kind of wiped the slate clean of that. And if he was, saying if he was, he's proven not guilty. But saying if he was and just got lucky, just kind of like, okay, don't want to go through that again. So, but anyway, more on that next Thursday. Spot show live stream every Thursday, 8 o'clock. Check it out. As long as the hotel internet is good. Yeah, I'll talk more about Dennis Rodman and Ted DiBiase Jr. next week. But let's forget something else. But again, rest in peace, Chuck Norris. I might actually watch a Chuck Norris movie as I eat my big old bowl of spaghetti. But anyway, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you will be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.